Sometimes it takes the right eye to go from ordinary to full of possibility. A little love and creativity can create a whole lot of meaning.
This back wall of the skate park has been screaming for a mural since it was first built. All of the elements that have been tied in that were based on feedback from the skaters, from the staff, the family that exists here, and that to me represents it. The best message that skateboarding brings to any age is that you fall, and we fall in life and we get back up, and that's the lesson, and that's what so much of this represents.
Getting to paint the skate park where I grew up is like a dream project I didn't even know I had. The goal for this mural was to create something truly meaningful for the community at the skate park and give the park a whole new life. We had meetings with the staff and regulars of past and present of the skate park to talk about everything they love about the park, the ways they teach lessons, and all kinds of stories of what the park really means to them and the people there, and everything about it to reflect it back in the mural. I figured the best way to get in the mindset of being the age of the kids at this park is through the music that I was making at their age. So all the music in this video is from the ska band that I was in high school. Best way to get this sketch onto the wall is going to be covering the entire space with a bunch of random doodles and then using that as a grid. So glad that my dad was there to help out. It was a great way to spend time together, and always fun to see him just draw as many of those signature faces as possible. Now that the wall is completely full of doodles, I go and I take a picture of each section of it. And then from there on my iPad, I use the sketches that we had and kind of reposition them and rework them now that I have more information of how they're actually going to fit to get them laid out on there. Once I have them all kind of set up, I then send these images to my phone so I can use the references of the doodles underneath to know where the sketches should go and just start drawing it all on top with spray paint. Sketches all in there, really happy with how it all came out. There's some pretty complicated sections, but got through it. But now is something I didn't expect. The chalk is not washing off the wall well at all. My goal was to get the sketch today and then maybe a color, so still right on track, making good time. Luckily my dad's here to help out and just keep washing this thing. Probably got as good as we can, still plenty of chalk on there, but it looks fine. I think it's enough for me to work with. Just gonna use all the water we have left and just throw it on there and hope for the best. Enough for me to get started from, and I think what I'll do next is just figure out or put little markings of which sections are going to be which color. I'll at least know where each color goes and can just get lost in it and not really have to figure things out. Just kind of do all that thinking stuff today. Because of the way the wall is shaped, I figured the best way to approach it would be kind of making a collage of different meaningful elements. So the first element is a boombox because of how important music is at the skate park, and also personally that almost everything can be linked back in some way to starting to play music when I was younger. It wasn't required, but I really wanted to do my take on the Gaithersburg city logo. It is the absolute best city logo of all time, and it was so much fun to do my take on it in my style. I would have never thought to paint a couch, but I was so happy I did. One of the kids at the skate park mentioned how everyone just kind of hangs out here, and it'd be funny to make it look like a living room. That kid could not have been more right. It was so much fun to paint. I was laughing the entire time, and it looks so great in that space. The skate park community is super supportive of everybody there, no matter what level you're at, no matter what you're doing. Everyone there is there to build each other up, whether you're biking, skating, or rollerblading. Doesn't matter if you're just starting or been doing it for years. I don't know what just happened. I thought I was just gonna take it easy, but I don't know. Something happened and I just kept painting and painting, and now I don't want to stop at all, making such good progress. There's so much of it now that's starting to read, and just so happy with that and not gonna stop, so I'm gonna get back in it. This section was a memorial for Mitch Coonley, who was a big fixture at the skate park for years and passed away the past year. This was a tattoo that he had and that he designed himself, which is two pieces of a broken skateboard put together to look like a heart with the words "keep pushing" underneath it, which I think is such a powerful message, so we had to include it to keep that going and carry forward forever. We included this person jumping through a portal to kind of symbolize the idea that so much of learning to skate and a lot of things is just getting through that mental barrier, and once you push through that, there's no looking back. The last thing we included in this section was a hot air balloon because some of the skaters said that standing in that spot makes them feel like they're on top of the world. The skaters in arms wouldn't be complete if they didn't have the iconic rental helmets from the skate park. Up early, heading back for day 2. My mom now works in a high school and it shares a parking lot with the skate park and activity center, so we're carpooling. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. Ready for another super duper day.
Pretty insane where I was able to get to yesterday, but it's so much fun today because now I don't have to think about anything anymore. I'm just building it up, adding more details, and just getting totally lost in the flow and making it as defined and interesting and fun as possible. Made some really good progress. Doesn't really look like much more got done, but a ton more got filled in, so now everything's way more defined. All right, what'd you think, Mama?
Good.
It's lunchtime? I had to include the classic S that we all drew in elementary and middle school. Figured this was the perfect place to do it right back where I grew up, but it was not without controversy because when this got sent out through the city, somebody from Public Works was a little worried that this might be a gang sign, and the police of Gaithersburg have confirmed the S is not a gang sign. Pretty hilarious string of emails to see, but it was awesome and made this even more fun, give it more meaning behind it. I think that was some good progress, but I'm exhausted. What do you guys think? It's comfy?
It's supposed to be
Comfy, yeah, oh yeah. The cushions are really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good progress. 2 thumbs up.
Back at the skate park to finish up. I only got really 2 little spots to do, but it is so much hotter, so I've got plenty of time, but it's going to go a little slower. And also we're in the middle of something that happens once every 17 years when the cicadas come back. It wasn't really bad last week, but they are really loud if you can hear them. There's like this whistling, howling sound that just doesn't stop. And now they're starting to show up all over the skate park. Hopefully they won't be too annoying flying around. To include a sunflower here because it fits the space really well, but the meaning is perfect because when you fall you always get back up and keep going, just like a sunflower is always looking towards the sun. And the fireworks capture that explosive feeling when you land something, and also kind of hint at the fact that the skate park's a really good place to watch the fireworks from on 4th of July. The instructors said that when they're teaching kids to drop in on this mini ramp, they always use the metaphor of surfing and using your legs to pump like surfers do. So a wave was a perfect thing to paint here, and I can't get enough painting waves because I just love staring at them all the time. So in the end, was able to get up over the ramp with the ladder, no problem. I don't know why I was so worried about it. It's coming along pretty fast, but it is so incredibly hot out. Apparently, word has spread and a bunch of news stations have started to come by. We're going to be live on Fox 5 tonight, and then we'll see what else happens from that, but it's pretty wild.
With me is Eric Carbeling, and Eric, you have done some amazing work here. Now, you're in Hawaii, but you came all the way back here because this is home to do this. What does that mean to you?
It's incredible. Like, my mom works across the street, the high school that I went to. She's been having lunch together every day. Like, getting to do this here where I grew up, it means so much. It's amazing. That excitement like just makes it even go faster and better.
A lot of the art and a lot of the concepts go hand in hand with what the park is about and a lot of the meaning behind the park. So it's just so cool that a younger generation can see that, see the history behind the park, and hopefully carry on those great traditions, because we hope to be here for a long time.
Each design has a purpose. This one memorializing a former employee.
Mitch Coonley, who was a major fixture at the park and came up multiple times when we were talking about it. He passed away last year, but kind of just like the energy of the park, he was kind of synonymous with it.
A beautiful tribute for a space that may not have needed a fresh coat, but with it, totally transformed.
one last step and I think it's all done. I'm gonna be clear coating this whole thing. It's a little bit different than normal walls that I've painted, that this is gonna be actively skated on, like especially the Sunflower. That's gonna do wall rides and stuff on there. So I'm gonna coat it with this clear coat that we got that's like 4 stone. Looks pretty promising. Yeah, that looks, well, I guess we'll see how it looks when it dries. Even though this isn't too exciting to watch of me just rolling and clear coat over top of it, I still think it's important to show every single part of the process to really understand like what goes into making something like this. Now that the skate park's open and it's like, it's taken on a whole new life of its own now that everyone's here and actually enjoying it and bringing it to life. This is awesome. All right, here is the final piece. I'm so proud of everything about this. Really hope it is as well received as it was fun to make, and I hope that it opens the door to either inspiration for all the skaters there and hopefully bring in even more art to Gaithersburg. Thank you so much to everybody that helped make this happen, from the Parks Department, Gaithersburg's Art and Public Places program, everybody at the skate park, everyone that was involved sharing their stories of what the skate park means to them, Maura, Adam, Shelly, the Coonley family for sharing and why this was such an important thing. It's such an honor to get to do it. My whole family that came, and everybody coming to paint with me, all my friends that came, the Hallbeckers, the Hallbecker family, Leo, Lucas, Andrew, everybody else that came by. It was amazing.
Nobody knew about this, but you painted this rollerblade here, and I don't think anybody here knew about my friend Matthew. He was a really crazy rollerblader. This quarter right here, he went out and he stole this. It's kind of big.
Yeah.
And he almost died that day because this brake went back. It was pushed back. And if you see that one, it's not. This one is pushed back.
There's no ledge anymore.
So you painted this rollerblade right here where he did this trick.
I had
and
no idea.
Nobody knew about it, and the craziest thing is that you didn't right on the spot where he did it. So when I saw it, I remember that. It was crazy.
That's crazy, man.